Hi everybody and welcome to the First Aid Unendangered YouTube channel. My name is Nick Schenkenveld.
And I'm Ingrid.
And today we're gonna talk about
wound packing.
For this video, we're gonna use the Combat Life Saving TCCC guidelines. They're from December 2019, and we are gonna take a look at wound packing and pressure bandage guidance by the TCCC. So that's what we're gonna take a look at. For that, we have our new wound packing trainer, or one of our new wound packing trainers. But before we're gonna go to the wound packing, Ingrid, could you tell us a little bit more about which type of gauze or bandage you could use for wound packing?
Sure, I'll tell you a little bit. You got two types of gauze here. The one is hemostatic and the other is non-hemostatic, just compressed gauze. A hemostatic gauze means that it has an agent on there that actively helps to clot the blood faster. In this case, it is Chitosan, and this is the Cito gauze. It is one of the products that we sell a lot. And in the case of this one with direct pressure, it takes you only 3 minutes to stop massive bleeding. If you look at compressed gauze, this is by Fairtech, it takes you 6 to 10 minutes to stop massive bleeding when you perform wound packing. This is basically just a lot of gauze in a tiny package. This is gauze with hemostatic agent on there. Difference between the two.
Well, normally, because if we're going to take a look at the wound packing module, you're going to see it has a knee. So this is actually all the way around. Yeah, this is the upper leg, lower leg, and the knee. And normally, or mainly, we would use a tourniquet. Yeah. It means that in the tactical first responder has the possibility to reassess the tourniquet, which means that if he thinks that wound packing it would be sufficient enough that you don't have to use a tourniquet, that could be a reason for a tactical first responder to reassess the tourniquet, wound package it, and take the tourniquet off. For now, because we just want to show you how to do the wound packing, we are going to use this simulation also, but be noticed that normally there would be a tourniquet on it. We don't have a tourniquet now. What we're going to do, we're going to give him a set of pants, so it makes it more realistic for training. And we're just going to take a look at how the wound packing works. Yep. Right? Let's do that.
If we would try to apply a tourniquet to this wound, we would quickly notice the problem of why we need to use wound packing. If we see the wound here, we can see that there is not enough space to place the tourniquet correctly. There is no hand width possibility, and it's already way up into the groin.
Yeah.
Therefore, we need to start wound packing. While Nick is putting on his gloves, I'm going to be reading out what the new directive says. And let's see if we can follow these steps nicely to perform a good wound packing.
Yeah. These are going to be our new gloves, by the way. You see, they run all the way.
Yeah, over the wrist.
Yeah, it's longer over the wrist. So that's one of our new gloves that we are going to sell on our webshop also. They feel really soft to the hand. So that's really good for the fine precision work. So, what are we going to do? Ingrid, take a step back, because I don't know how this is going to work. We're going to try and simulate the bleeding, if everything goes okay. How is it going?
It's not up there yet. Keep it going. There it comes.
I'm just
there
going away a little bit also. Let's
it's
see what
running
happens.
in.
As you can see, it's very hard. You don't even see the bleeding going on yet. Because there is a large cavity in here, it's filling up. And that is one of the problems why we need to expose this limb to see where is the bleeding going to and where is it coming from.
The first step is to expose the wound if not previously exposed. So cut the pants open, please. Then you locate the source of the most active bleeding
Yes.
And remove the dressing from its sterile package.
Well, I see that it's blood squirting out there also, so yeah. What do you want me to do? It's even
You
going to the
tightly
camera.
pack it into the wound directly over the site of the most active bleeding. And after packing, you hold pressure for a minimum of 3 minutes.
Okay, it's going there, so I'm just gonna try and get all that shit out.
You can't see shit.
I can. Okay, we're gonna put this one out, otherwise I'm gonna end up with all kind of... Hello camera, can you focus? Thank you. So, I'm in the cavity now. What do I need to do?
You need to pack it tightly.
I need to pack it tightly.
Yep.
Okay, well I can place my entire hand in it. So I'm trying to maintain as much pressure as I can. And I probably can put the entire gauze in here. Looking at the size of the injury. And then I'm not even looking at the other one yet. So...
After packing, you hold pressure for a minimum of 3 minutes. In this case, it's just compressed gauze, so you need to hold 6 to 10 minutes.
Okay, I would like, because I believe that I have an additional gauze. Thank you. Yep. Okay, hold it for me, because then now I can work with 2 hands. So if you have somebody that can help you out, now you have the possibility to work with 2 hands, which makes your life a lot quicker. Or your life. Makes your life a lot easier.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, fill it up nice and tight. Make sure that you get it in all those nooks and crannies of the skin. And there you go.
Wow.
Now this is properly filled. And just for this training, we're gonna leave this one. But normally I needed to fill this one up also. Yeah, for training purposes, we're gonna leave it like this. So yeah. It's in there. What shall we do now?
Hold pressure for a minimum of 3 minutes. In this case, 6 to 10.
Yeah, so minimum of 3 minutes. But we know this is normal compressed gas, so that's why we should do
6 to 10.
6 to 10. Okay, well, it's going to be a long movie then if I need to give pressure for 6 to 10 minutes.
Step into the future.
Step into the future. Okay, 6 to 10 minutes is over.
Reassess to ensure bleeding has been controlled while maintaining pressure.
I'm not seeing anything coming by, so yes, I believe it is.
If the bleeding has been controlled, remove the pressure bandage from the pouch and packaging.
Okay, let's do that. Okay, I have my bandage. Pressure was still on there. We checked it. And now we're going to apply the bandage.
Remove the pressure bandage from the pouch and packaging. Place the bandage pad over the wound or dressing applied by applying pressure.
Okay, this is a trauma dressing. This is a new trauma dressing that we are coming out with also. So keep that in mind. I believe within a month we're gonna have all our own versions of emergency bandages, multi-bandages, blast bandages. So this is one of the versions that we are gonna use and gonna sell. This is a trauma dressing. There's no extra pressure bar on there. Okay.
Apply the bandage pad over the wound and wrap tightly around the extremity, ensuring that the edges of the pad are covered.
Yeah, I want a little bit more space to do so. So I'm just gonna open it up a little bit more. Okay, you see that this wound, this mannequin or dummy wound packing trainer has 3 holes. We're just focusing on this one for now for the purpose of the training. So there we go, place it on here and then
wrap tightly around the extremity, ensuring that the edges of the pad are covered.
Okay. Applying a good bandage is very important and very underestimated. Always try to keep it flat. What you see in stress is people tend to pull too hard and you get this kind of a thong instead of a pressure bandage. So keep it nice, keep it strong. You can apply the pressure, but make sure that you keep it flat and try to keep it clean as possible, because there's a lot of blood here, and if I just pull it all the way through the blood, how would I be able to reassess if the wound is still not bleeding, yes or no? So try to work as clean as you can. and maintain pressure by going over and over the padding there, so that we keep pressure on there. And we do it again. And then you see the hooks and loops there, and we just need to,
secure the Velcro or closure bar onto the last bandage wrap.
there we go. The last bandage wrap seems to be this one. If you're having a hard time getting it like this, what I tend to do is just pull the last strap up and pull it under, like this. It's just, for me, it's much more handy, because otherwise you need to flick it. And now I just place my finger all underneath, pull it up, and place the closure bar underneath. So there you go. The wound was here. It's nice and tight, nice and flat, so this is a good bandage. So we bandaged the extremity. What else should we do?
Check for a circulation by feeling a distal pulse.
Yeah.
In this case, it would have been the ankle,
Yeah.
which is way down here, but we don't have an ankle right
True,
now.
true.
And the last step is document all findings and treatments.
Okay. Well, for the first aid under danger, we tend not to feel pulse because it's quite a hard trick to master, and especially because the contact between the victim and its caretaker is so short, we tend not to feel the pulse. That doesn't mean that if you have the skills to do so, you are allowed to do so, especially because the TCCC guidelines also recommends it, because that's the only way to make sure that there is either still pulse going downwards or not.
We switched places.
In case you haven't noticed yet. So Ingrid, what did we do?
We assessed the bleeding, packed it tightly with some wound packing compressed gauze, and then wrapped it up neatly with a pressure bandage.
There you go, like this.
And we followed the guidelines from the TCCC. They came out with these guidelines, these new instruction cards on the 31st of December 2019. So they are brand new and fresh. We really wanted to show you a little something about it. We're still learning from them and seeing what applies to our training and what doesn't. But they sure have a lot of neat ideas, which I'm sure you will be seeing in other videos too, because we're going to be showing you a lot more of what they think and what they thought of with these new instruction manual cards.
For now, we want to thank you very much for joining us in this movie. Make sure to like and subscribe to your channel. So, and also follow us on Instagram, because we have a lot of new footage that we also share mainly on Instagram. And later this year, we're going to start out with our 3-day version of the Tactical First Responder here in the Netherlands. So if you would like to join, and if you're a police officer or law enforcement, you have the possibility to join us for the Tactical First Responder 3-day course here in the Netherlands. For now, we would love to thank you for joining once again.
Yeah.
And see you on the next video.
Yeah, see you next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye.